No one will know what this girl had to do, but I do. No one will know how becoming a woman is a fight I don't think I could ever do twice, but I know if I had to, I most certainly would. Because it would be worth it. To see that smile in the reflection of my own abundant love. And the grand scheme of things, turns out, was not so grand and not so much a scheme at all. It was simple love. It was coated in berries, in memories, a belonging that becomes an epiphany of settling, like how nest is both home and launching point, the place to come back to and the place to be freed from. You are released from the burden of a life that is not meant for you. And if your wings have been clipped, know that impossible things, even impossible things, especially impossible things, regrow. You can have it all. You can have it all. The family, yes, you can have it all. I thought if I had to take in death, I would lose everything. I thought death was only about loss. I thought it was only about what we lose. I could not find the pink petals of the soft underbelly buried so deep in it. All I'd hoped to keep and everything I thought I would have forever, but it turns out there is always a belly rub to be had. The way a dog turns upside down and loves you and trusts you and twists for you because he doesn't care how many times your heart has been broken. He only loves that you have a heart and that you are able to carry the brokenness of it. Love used to pour out of me with nowhere to go, but it became the faucet, the hose in the backyard home of my childhood, where I remembered belonging like a broken bone and a tree that swayed and stayed and never once questioned or decided. I never considered it was the guardian angel of my breath, my life intact, my force tethered, my life force tethered. My life has not been left. You have not been forsaken. You have not been forgotten. Deep inside that belly is something I cannot even tell you what it is because it will only be yours. White petals of a lotus covered in blood this time. Not mud, covered in blood this time, your blood. But know that blood changes colors like light changes too. And we never once questioned where the rainbows came from, where the rainbows came from, where do the rainbows come from. We only know when. We only know when. After a storm. After the storm, after a storm. I found comfort in an answer that felt more like a hurricane than a trickle of water. So I brought my tulips to the hose and I said, make this house a home, make this home home again, make me home again. And I drank the water and I drank the water. And this time, darling, I was quenched. We will never know why things do not go the way we planned them to go. And we laugh until we break all the apricots into pieces, porcelain bits of pieces and plates, slices and itty-bitty pieces because we ate with our fingers this time, fed ourselves with our own printed selves, the kind that they say, you are as rare as a snowflake. Did we disappear like snowflakes do on the hot pavement day, or were we there to witness it? I turn the music up louder, not because I think I'm going somewhere and have to get there quicker, but because I'm going nowhere this time. I'm here. I finally found home and I finally found freedom, and maybe it will slip away, but for that one brief moment I felt the eclipse, like a star not shooting but dancing across the sky, like it knows with great certainty and triumph about its own becoming and its own death and its own beauty and its own time and its own life, and that to be alive was to be alive, and that to be alive was to feel alive. To gather every flower possible that you can and breathe in the smell. And when it's time, as Mary Oliver encourages us to do, urges us to do, to let it go. But know that the opposing force is just as liberating too, that every exhale does turn into an inhale, even if it's not your own breath. We are not just passing the torch down, we are passing the breath down. Pass down a good story of your breath, darling. Pass down a beautiful retrieval of your life, angel. We are set free because we belong to each other's breath, torch. Pass the flowers. Gather the torches. Live the breathing. Live the breathing. Live the breathing. Become the breathing. When it's time to pass it off with that smile, that smile, that smile, know that someone has done the same for you. Death was not just the moss growing on the underside of a wanting, it was also growing on itself. today I stepped into that something else, and I can't yet tell you what I found there, and something in me tells me I never will. I never will be able to tell you, because I never will be able to quite say you are as remarkable as a snowflake. As water remaking itself in the sky, we belong to each other's breath, the land of each other's bodies. We belong to each other's torches. We belong to each other's dreams. If there is one final word I must evoke in you today, it's that the utmost importance of my life is always and forever about beauty, and the way it has been defined in me for so many eons, about beauty meaning a thing that is itself. And to be oneself is so beautiful and tangible, it could make me cry. The flickering little nose hairs comment on the pollen. The dog barks towards something we cannot see but believe is there. To be alive is a splendid thing, but I don't believe it's a grand scheme. I believe it's something more like beautiful, more like beautiful, more like beautiful, more like beautiful. More like that smile, that smile, that smile. You belong here. You belong here. You belong now, you belong here, you belong here. You belong here now, you belong. Now, here you belong. You belong here now. Here is where you belong now. Now you belong. Now you belong. Now you belong. Now you belong. Yes, you belong. You belong here. You are here. You belong here. Yes, you belong. Yes, you belong. Yes, you belong. Yes, you belong. And yes, you are so exquisitely beautiful.